Ever wondered how your phone seems to know what you're going to type next? Or how you can ask a question online and get a perfectly written, human-like answer in seconds? The magic behind all of this is something called a large language model, or LLM for short. And today, we're going to dive deep into what they are, how they work, and why they're suddenly everywhere. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is an LLM? Imagine a massive, digital brain, but instead of thoughts, it's filled with text. And I mean a lot of text: books, articles, websites, conversations, basically a huge chunk of everything humanity has ever written and put on the internet. An LLM is a type of artificial intelligence that has been trained on this colossal amount of text data. Its primary goal is to understand and generate human language. Think of it as the ultimate autocomplete, but on a cosmic scale. It doesn't just predict the next word. It can predict entire sentences, paragraphs, and even full essays. But how does it learn? This is where the training part comes in. The process is a bit like teaching a child to speak, but instead of years of conversation, it's done with powerful computers and vast datasets. The model is shown billions of examples of text and learns to recognize patterns, grammar, context, and even stylistic nuances. It learns that the sky is usually followed by blue, but it also learns the context where it might be gray, dark, or filled with stars. It does this by creating a complex network of interconnected nodes, similar to neurons in our brain, that calculate the probability of what word should come next, given the words that came before it. This underlying structure is often called a neural network, specifically a type known as a transformer architecture, which is incredibly good at handling sequential data like language. Now, you might be thinking, okay, it predicts words. So what? Well, this simple-sounding ability unlocks a mind-boggling range of capabilities. The most obvious one is conversation. You can chat with an LLM, ask it questions, and it can provide detailed, coherent answers. This is what powers the chatbots and virtual assistants that are becoming increasingly common. But it goes way beyond that. LLMs can summarize long documents for you. Got a 50-page report to read? An LLM can give you the key takeaways in a few paragraphs. They can translate languages with remarkable accuracy, breaking down communication barriers like never before. They can write code, compose poetry, draft emails, and even help you brainstorm ideas for your next creative project. They are incredibly versatile tools. Let's look at some real-world examples you've probably already encountered. When you use a search engine and it provides a direct answer at the top of the page, that's often an LLM at work, summarizing information from multiple sources. The predictive text on your smartphone's keyboard that suggests the next word or completes your sentence. That's a smaller version of this technology. Customer service chatbots that can handle complex queries without needing a human operator are also powered by LLMs. And of course, there are the big names you hear about in the news, models that can write articles, create business plans, or even generate images from a text description. The applications are expanding every single day. However, it's not all perfect. LLMs have their limitations and challenges. One of the biggest is something called hallucination. Because these models are designed to generate plausible-sounding text, sometimes they just make things up. If they don't know the answer to a question, they might invent a fake fact or a non-existent source that sounds completely believable. This is why it's crucial to always fact-check important information you get from an LLM. They are not databases of truth, they are language predictors. Another issue is bias. Since LLMs are trained on text from the internet, they inevitably learn the biases present in that data. This can include societal stereotypes, prejudices, and unbalanced viewpoints. Companies developing these models are working hard to mitigate these biases, but it's a complex and ongoing challenge. It's important for us, as users, to be aware that the output of an LLM reflects the data it was trained on, warts and all. Then there's the sheer scale and cost. Training a state-of-the-art LLM requires immense computational power, which translates to massive data centers and enormous energy consumption. This raises environmental concerns and also means that the development of the most powerful models is currently concentrated in the hands of a few large tech companies. So, what does the future hold for large language models? We're still in the very early days of this technology, and it's evolving at a breathtaking pace. In the near future, we can expect LLMs to become even more integrated into our daily lives. Imagine personal assistants that don't just set reminders, but truly understand your needs, manage your schedule, and help you communicate more effectively. In education, they could act as personalized tutors for students, adapting to their individual learning styles. In healthcare, they could assist doctors by summarizing patient histories or analyzing the latest medical research. The potential for creativity is also huge. Musicians, writers, and artists are already starting to use LLMs as collaborative partners, helping them break through creative blocks and explore new ideas. As these models get better at understanding not just text, but also images, sound, and video, we'll see a new wave of multimedia content creation tools emerge. Of course, with this great power comes great responsibility. As a society, we'll need to navigate the ethical questions surrounding LLMs. How do we ensure they are used for good? How do we handle issues of job displacement as some tasks become automated? And how do we prevent the spread of misinformation generated by these powerful tools? These are big questions without easy answers, and they will require careful thought and public conversation. To wrap it up, large language models are a transformative technology. They are complex AI systems trained on vast amounts of text to understand and generate human-like language. They are already changing the way we work, create, and interact with information, and their impact is only going to grow. While they have limitations like hallucinations and bias, the potential for positive change is immense. The journey is just beginning, and it's going to be fascinating to see where it takes us. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this explanation helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the technology that is shaping our world.